Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Our group is going to do a debate session based on emotion. Rekindling a past relationship is often better than starting a new one. So first and foremost, I'm going to introduce each and every member. So the first one from the first speaker of the government team.
My name is Nasara Tasmin, teaching Ordin.
And the second speaker of the government team.
Hi, my name is Anini Shafika bint Abdul Aziz.
And the third speaker.
My name is Priscilla Karen Anakodin.
And I am the first speaker for the opposition team. So my name is Al-Amir Shafiq bin Sufyan. And the second speaker.
My name is Remington Adwin.
And the third speaker.
My name is Stephanie Valentina Osman.
All right then. So without further ado, we're going to start a debate session with the first speaker from the government team.
Good evening to the respected speaker, cautious timekeeper, members of the opposite team, and members of the floor. Before I put forward my case today, I would like to define today's motion. The motion states rekindling a past relationship is often better than starting a new one. And we interpret that rekindling a past relationship means rekindling a romantic connection with a former partner where both individuals mutually recognize the potential for a stronger, healthier relationship than before. Today, the government team stands to affirm the motion. Rekindling a past relationship is often better than starting a new one. As the first speaker for the government, today I will lay the foundation for our case by presenting our key argument. Rekindling a past relationship can heal the past grief. This argument will demonstrate how rekindling a past relationship creates opportunities for personal growth, emotional resolution, and stronger, more meaningful connections. Ladies and gentlemen, life is full of lessons. Relationships, whether they succeed or fail, they teach us valuable things about ourselves and others. When two people come back together in a past relationship, they bring with them this wisdom, this maturity, and most importantly, the chance to heal the wounds that were left behind. Let's consider one of the primary reasons relationships end. Misunderstanding, miscommunication, unmet expectation, or a lack of emotional maturity often lead to breakups. But what happens when time passes? People grow. They gain a better understanding of themselves, their priorities, and their partner's needs. When a couple chooses to rekindle their relationship, they do so with an improved ability to address the root causes of their past conflict. They can communicate more openly, resolve lingering issues, and find closure. My next point is forgiveness heals emotional wounds. Forgiveness is the cornerstone of rekindling a past relationship. When two people decide to reunite, it requires them to confront the hurt and mistakes of the past head-on. This process of acknowledging the pain and choosing to forgive each other is deeply healing, not only for the relationship, but for each individual. Why is this important? Unresolved emotions from past relationships can haunt us, often influencing how we approach future relationships. But by rekindling and forgiving, individuals can free themselves from resentment and move forward with a clean slate. Rekindling a past relationships also demands a level of empathy and forgiveness that new relationships rarely require. When partners acknowledge and forgive past mistakes, they create a deeper emotional connection. This process fosters growth and a renewed sense of trust. Ladies and gentlemen, healing past wounds is not just an act of repairing a relationship, but it is an act of personal transformation. Rekindling a past relationship allows individuals to face their pain, learn from their mistakes, and build a stronger connection. It is a journey of growth and reconciliation. For this reason, the government team firmly believes that rekindling a past relationship is often better than starting a new one. Thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, good day. I am standing here as the first speaker for the opposition team, and our team would strongly disagree with what the government team has said before, which is that rekindling can lead to rekindling a past relationship is often better than starting a new one. We strongly believe that it is not like that. So rekindling can lead to unrealistic expectations. So people tend to romanticize the past. So what is meant by romanticizing the past is that they would often have this image of their past lovers or their past relationships, and this kind of image portrays and often depicts itself onto the past lovers, and we have this kind of expectations going on in ourselves. So this is why rekindling can lead to unrealistic expectations. And the second point is unrealistic expectations can create pressure. So for example, when you have reconciled with your partner, your past partner, whom you have enjoyed a very long time with, then suddenly you got into a breakup with him because, many reasons, of course, and then we would reconcile back again with this person, and then we would have an unrealistic expectation because we think that, oh, they've changed, oh, they've completely become a different person, not really the same person anymore. And this would lead to pressure because whenever they cannot meet your expectations, you feel stressed out. You don't feel like, oh, this person is loving me anymore, and so on. And the third part is mismatched growth. So usually after a breakup, you would have a sort of phase where you would grow out from each other. So we would often grow into a different path. So he might grow into another path, and this person might grow into another path. So when we have different growth patterns, this would lead to you would be uncomplimentary to each other, to your partner. So basically, this is why rekindling a past relationship is often better than starting. It's not really good to be done. So yeah, that is all from me. Thank you.
Thank you for the first speaker from the opposition teams. Members of the House, as the saying goes, old flames never die. This saying actually reflects with our motions for today, that we can see that how past relationship, even though they can be faded, but somehow the love still there, lingers, awaiting to be rekindled. So here I am standing in front of everyone here as the second speaker from the government team. Fully support and strongly believe with today's motion, which is rekindling a past relationship is often better than starting a new one. Assalamualaikum and good day to fellow debaters, to my respective opposition team, my esteemed teammates, ladies and gentlemen, and members of the floor. As the second speaker from the government team, I will present our second point, which focuses on explaining the emotional cost of starting a new relationship to support our belief for today. Members of the floor, from our point of view, in our view, starting a new relationship can be very emotionally draining, and it often requires more effort than rekindling a past relationship. Why? Because when you start something new, you go through the same cycle of getting to know each other, asking basic questions: what is your name? What is your hobby? What is your favorite food? Where this cycle can make you emotionally draining. You have to build trust from the ground up to understand their habit, personality, and their own perspective, which is it can make your energy draining. Not only energy, ladies and gentlemen, it also can make you emotionally draining, physically draining when you are into learning about someone new. But when you rekindle a past relationship, you already know each other. You don't have to start from the zero. You already understand about each other dislike, about each other like and dislike, values and habits. So instead of focusing on getting to know them, you are working on improving what's wrong in the past. It's about growing together, not starting over. So this is how we are going to strongly disagree with the opposition team, especially from the first speaker, that growing together is very important. But let's have a thing. Would you like to growing together with someone new that going to take a long time, or you want to growing together with someone that you already knew from your past? I come up with two researchers from the first one from Journal of Social, Personal and Relationship highlight that couple who rekindle past relationship find it easier to reconnect emotionally thanks to the shared history and familiarity. In fact, 16% people say that they would prefer fixing a meaningful relationship over starting a new one because of the emotional energy they have already invested in their old relationship. So instead of tiring ourselves emotionally and mentally with a completely new beginning with someone new, wouldn't it be better to reinvest into something that already has a solid foundation? There, I raise my case as the second speaker. Thank you.
Thank you to the government team for enlightening us with their points. However, we in the opposition team are strongly against to the motion that rekindling past relationship is often better than starting a new one. My argument focuses on the concern that the risk of emotional instability is often occur in the rekindling a past relationship. So here are my points to stand my argument. First and foremost, all issues are likely to resurface if both partners are willing to rekindle their own relationship. Couples often tends to bring unresolved issues back to the surface, and this may reignite the same emotional pain. For example, a partner may trust issues from the past are difficult to overcome. Even though they try their best to move on, the lingering doubts that in their heart can be overwhelming and may pose to emotional instability. Secondly is heightened expectation. Both partners often hope for significant improvement within their partners. This expectation, if unmet, will lead to disappointment and emotional distress. For instance, a person expects that their partner to have changed completely, but if the partners fail to change or still exhibit the same behavior, they may feel distress to their partner's attitude. Last but not least is the potential for toxic dynamics. If we ask ourselves, why do our relationship end? A relationship often fails because it indicates incompatible personalities or toxic dynamics within the partners. Toxic dynamics may reignite unhealthy patterns such as manipulation, dependency, and arguments. For example, relationships with toxicity often repeat harmful cycle, which destabilizing emotion further. Therefore, we in the opposition team believe that rekindle a past relationship may risk of emotional instability. Thank you.
Thank you to second speaker of the opposition team. A very good day to the respected speaker and members of the opposite team and members on the floor. As the third speaker, I will now present my argument and will also refute the arguments by the opposition team. Ladies and gentlemen, today I will discuss how growth and lesson learned make rekindling a past relationship often better than starting a new one. When a relationship ends, it is usually due to unresolved issues or mistakes made by one or both individuals. These breakups can feel final, but often, time and distance provide the necessary space for reflection. People start to think about their behavior, their shortcomings, and what might have gone wrong in the relationship. This period of growth can be transformative. It is during this time that individuals often gain a clearer understanding of themselves and their partner, laying the foundation for a stronger, healthier relationship if they decide to reconcile. For example, a couple who broke up because of poor communication, during this time, one partner might learn active listening skills, while the other works on expressing their emotions more openly. These new skills can significantly change the dynamic if they come back together. What once caused misunderstandings and conflicts can now serve as opportunities for deeper connection and understanding. This kind of growth and reflection is unique to relationships with a shared history, something that new relationships do not offer. Psychological research supports this idea. A study in the Journal of Social Psychology highlights how time apart in on again, off again relationships often allows individuals to gain perspective and self-awareness. This period of separation gives them the tools to address past conflicts more effectively. These findings suggest that time spent reflecting and growing can make rekindled relationships even more successful than starting fresh relationships. So, why is rekindling a past relationship often better? It's not about going back to the way things were, but building something new with the wisdom and growth gained over time. Shared history becomes a growth, a strength, not a weakness, when both individuals approach it with renewed maturity and commitment to learn from their mistakes. Thank you.
Thank you to the third speaker from the government team. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, my esteemed members of the opposition team and also to the government team. Our motion for today is rekindle past relationship is better than starting a new one. As the opposition team, I would like to disagree to that motion. As we all know, when we rekindle past relationship, there might be some issues and also some problems that will come up. And the first and the main problems that will come up is unresolved issue. Now, as we all know, we as a human being, we have different characteristic and also attitude. So for someone who is a narcissist, egoistic, and also emotionally unavailable person, this can result in couples to cut off their relationship, or in a simpler term, break up. So when it comes to unresolved issues, when they try to rekindle back, when they try to get back with each other, there might be issue that will come up, such as trust issue. Now, trust issue happens when your partner or you yourself make wrongdoing in your relationship, such as cheating, having an affair, and also domestic abuse. Now, for all of these points stated above, it is not healthy and it is also unwise for you to rekindle back to your past partner, because this will cause you to not understand each other. Yes, and yes, you can communicate, but if you communicate but you don't understand your partner, what is the use? And why would you waste your energy and also your time in trying to communicate, trying to fix things if it's not going to work at the end? So rekindling of an old love is simply self-destruction. So as an advice and also as a point from the opposition team, we strongly disagree to rekindling a past relationship is better than starting a new one. So that is all from me. Thank you.
Now we are going to begin our second speaker, where the rebuttal speaker are going to rebut all the points. So good day, fellow debaters, our respective opposition team, my government team, and all the audience here. As the rebuttal speaker, I would like to once again emphasize to the House motion, which is a rekindling a past relationship is often better than starting a new one. Both team, opposition and also my team, government team, has presented our perspective points. However, as a representative, and also the rebuttal speaker for the government, I will strictly stand by our motion that rekindling a past relationship holds more value than starting a new one. The opposition team has presented 3 main points, which is the first speaker urged you that rekindling can lead to unrealistic expectation, while second speaker claimed that rekindling relationship can lead to emotional instability, and lastly, the other speaker suggests that rekindling can old relationship foster regarding the claim that past problems are likely to resurface. While their arguments provide an interesting perspective, we as the government team completely reject and oppose all their points, and believely we are firmly standing by our belief for today. We firmly stand by the government. We are firmly stand by the government bench and strongly oppose all the points given by the opposition team. Why? Now let me address all the issues stated by the opposition team. Firstly, the first speaker claimed that rekindling can lead to unrealistic expectation. The opposition team also suggests that returning to a previous relationship create false hope. But I want to ask everyone here, are unrealistic expectations only limited to old relationship? Do only old relationship can face problem? How about when you are starting a new one? When you are starting a new relationship with other people, do you not having any problems such as trust issue and others? As I can see, and I think everyone can see, new relationship also can lead to disappointment, especially when things don't turn out as expected. Rekindling a past relationship doesn't have to involve it. For example, you are spending about 2 months in the talking stage. You are knowing each other, you are going for a date, but when things didn't meet your expectation, for example, your partner, having a is become friendly with other girls or other boys, you suddenly felt that you are not having a good match with it, and you stop the relationship. Doesn't it going to make your time wasted and emotional also wasted? So that's why I say that instead of starting a new one, why not we rekindle with your past? Because when you have your past relationship, you rekindle with your past. Both people have a clearer understanding of their strengths and weaknesses, making it easier to set realistic goals together. For instance, if couple broke up due to financial problem, maybe you can talk with them, having words with them, starting a business together. I mean, like, rather than you wasting your time knowing each other, why not you wasting your time with your past and correct your past mistake? Next, the opposition team assumes that reconnecting with a former partner can lead to emotional unstable. Ladies and gentlemen, we are mentioned about emotion in this debate too many times, but let me remind everyone, this point is actually already covered by our team earlier when we explained how starting a new relationship also comes with emotional risks. So let me ask this, everyone, what's make the opposition team so sure that a new relationship won't lead to emotional stress? Starting fresh means you need to invest time, energy, and emotion all over again, the same cycle that you already had done with your partner before. Imagine having to open up to someone completely new, learn their habit, perspective, and others, face the pressure of building trust from your strangers, and this can be more draining than going back to someone you already know and trust. In contrast, if you rekindle with your past relationship, it can actually offer emotional security. The history you share provide comfort because you already know each other's characters, likes, and dislikes. For example, when someone reconnect with an old partner, you already know how to handle each other's bad mood. And when you go to a date with someone, you instead of saying, where are we going today? What food we are going to eat? You can now, I know your favorite food. I know your favorite restaurant. Let's go there and eat nasi ayam penyet. See the difference is, I think, so different. I think you already know why we choose a government team choose rekindling past relationship is much better than having a new one. And the last one, about the regarding claim that past problems are likely to resurface. Yes, we cannot deny the fact that past problems may reappear. However, can we try to not look at this as a weakness instead of look at this point as a strength? In fact, revisiting this problem can be a chance to grow and improve. For example, imagine a couple who broke up because of poor communication, just like how the third speaker of my team mentioned earlier. If they choose to rekindle their relationship, now they know what to fix and how to fix it, like learning how to express their feeling better or listening more carefully to each other. On the other hand, starting a new relationship doesn't mean there won't be a problem. Unknown challenges will still arise, and those challenges might take much longer to solve rather than you become familiar with each other. So that's why I said that rekindling a past relationship gives the advantage of experience and familiarity, making it easier to address your problem together. In conclusion, the opposition team actually raised concern. We cannot deny their fact their points given is actually relevant with this motion and not baseless. But we already have showed that their points which is actually mentioned about the challenges in relationship is not only manageable and also give opportunity to create a better, stronger relationship. Rekindling a past relationship allow people to grow and deepen their connection in ways that new relationship often cannot. This is why the government team firmly believe that rekindling a past relationship is far better than starting a new one. That's all from me. As a rebuttal speaker, thank you.
Okay, so good day, ladies and gentlemen. So I, as the first speaker, will be the representative for the rebuttal session. Oh, okay. So I'd like to restate again the motion of our debate, which is rekindling a past relationship is often better than starting a new one. So I'd like to start off with a statement, which is that studies have shown that rekindling relationship often fails because people haven't addressed the issue that caused the breakup. So many studies have shown that rekindling the old relationship often fails because people haven't addressed the issues that that has caused the breakup. So I'd like to go through the 3 points that have been raised by the government team. But before that, I'd like to say that our team is strongly disagreeing with their stance because, it is of course better to be in a new relationship rather than rekindling an old relationship that has gone south. So I'd like to rebut on the first point, which is rekindling a past relationship will heal past wounds. So for our team, we stand on the stance that while healing past wound is important, rekindling a relationship doesn't necessarily achieve this. What does it mean by this? Is that rekindling a relationship is not really the only way that for you to heal your old wound. Basically, you can go through all sorts of alternatives. For example, going out with your friends or relating to your family, relating back to your hometown and everything. Everything else besides that is actually a better option compared to rekindling back to your old partner. In fact, reopening a relationship might create a state of emotional dependency for both parties. What does this mean is actually that it will actually lead the two parties to be dependent on each other emotionally, basically asking for validation from their respective partner. Usually one party will be more dependent compared to the other party. So basically, to avoid this, it is better to avoid rekindling a past relationship. So the second point that the government team has raised is the cost of emotional investment. So emotional investment is a gamble. And in the case of rekindling, the cost is often much higher than the reward. So basically, just don't gamble. Life is about living it through. So basically, there's many options that you can come up with that will actually come to you. So don't gamble on things that you know that had happened back then and better off be buried off. So don't gamble on those kind of things. Just lead your own way up to the future and don't look back again. And when people rekindle, they do it with high expectations based on nostalgia rather than reality. So again, I'd like to restate back to my own point, which is that it will lead to heightened expectations. So because they relate their partner with nostalgia, whatever that they remember back then and so on. That is the image that they have, the image that they portray of their old partner. So if you have this kind of image on your old partner, it's better off to not be rekindling that kind of relationship again. And the third point that the government team has stated is growth and lessons learned. So growth doesn't always mean returning to the past. In fact, true growth might mean letting go of the past and using these lessons to form healthier and new relationships. So it's better to actually lead that growth that you have grown out of into a new relationship. For example, meeting a new person and everything, and knowing that these turn-offs that you have learned in the past will actually be detrimental to your new relationship. rather than going through another cycle with that same person again, all over again, and we don't know whether they actually have learned a lesson or not. Maybe we have done it, but maybe they haven't done it. So that is all from the opposition team for the rebuttal session. Thank you.
Thank you to the opposition team. So good day, opposition team and members of the floor. As we conclude today's debate, let's reflect on why rekindling a past relationship is often better than starting a new one. Our strongest point is the growth and lesson learned. When relationships end, they often leave behind valuable insights. Time apart allows individuals to reflect on their shortcomings, grow emotionally, and return with the maturity and skills to address past issues. Rekindling isn't about repeating mistakes, it is about building something stronger with the wisdom gained from experience. We also emphasize the cost of emotional investment. Rekindling a past relationship capitalizes on the existing emotional foundation, saving the uncertainty and strain of starting fresh. Familiarity and shared history make it easier to rebuild our trust and understanding. Our approach is both realistic and constructive because it values personal growth, emotional healing, and the potential for a deeper, more meaningful connection. To leave you with one final thought, why should we abandon something with potential simply because it didn't succeed the first time? Isn't it more meaningful to give love a second chance, armed with the lesson of the past? Thank you.
Thank you to the government team for your delightful points. However, we in the opposition team are still stand strong to our points that rekindling a past relationship is not a good idea. So, in conclusion, our team strongly agree that rekindling a past relationship can lead to unrealistic expectation and pose risk of emotional instability. And lastly, past problems are likely to resurface. So this marks our debate, the end of our debate. Thank you.
So that is all from our group on the debate session. Thank you, and see you again, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.